In the month of May, the year 2022, I quit my radio job and I wanted to move on to do what I wanted to do personally, concentrate on my personal growth in something else and also focus on my business. Little did I know that quitting my job would put me into a certain situation that would be close to depression. So around the year 2022, I felt like I was tired of working on radio. My reason for getting tired of working on radio were very personal because I was doing a show where I was talking about relationships, I was talking about love, and I was going through challenges as an individual, as a person, and I also didn't find a lot of satisfaction by doing that. And I felt like leaving the job would give me satisfaction and find a new path into a new area. But little did I know that quitting my job would cause me other problems that I hadn't anticipated. So when I left my job, I thought my business would be picking up at that time. Unfortunately, instead of it taking an upward spiral, it took a downward spiral. Customers reduced and everything became so hard. I didn't have an actual plan on what I was going to do after leaving the job. I didn't have an actual strategy on what to do next. I didn't know where to head next. And some of the things I was getting from the job started going away without me planning. I lost my medical insurance. I lost my transport fees that I was being paid every daily that I would use into transportation. I was accessing lunch and other benefits from the workplace. So all these were gone and I was supposed to replace them with something else. Because I didn't have something immediate, I lost a little bit of some concentration and some focus, and I went into a downward spiral and emotional challenges at the moment. So in that period, I used to hang a lot in the bar. I used to hang a lot with a few people I felt like would give me satisfaction and enjoyment. I felt like I wanted to be in certain areas that would give me simple gratification, easy satisfaction that I would receive at the moment. And after 2 months, I think after 3 months, I was still going through the same situation. So I have a friend of mine who kept telling me about changing myself, becoming better, was telling me I should dress better, I should look who I am. I was literally a mess. I was literally a disorganized living being to those who are close to me. And those who didn't know me felt like, yeah, I was okay, but I wasn't at the top of my game. So my friend kept telling me these things. And then one day I told myself, what should I do? And then I figured out I needed to change myself. So I went online, I tried looking through so many things, and I looked at how you can improve yourself as an individual, self-improvement. And I took on a journey that was supposed to improve myself in very many different aspects. So one of the things I adopted is I adopted working out. I wanted to improve my physicality, my physical being. People were telling me about gym, about working out, and I didn't take it serious because personally I used to play football and I felt like, yeah, since I play football once or twice a week, it's enough. But deep inside me, every time I would walk or every time I would do something, I would feel like I wasn't really fit enough. I would walk for a short distance and then begin panting. I would take stairs and begin panting. But I didn't pay a lot of attention to this. So in the month of October, that is after like 3 months, I took on the gym. I started doing gym, started working out. My workouts were to prove to some people that I can be able to work out, especially my friend who was pushing me to go to the gym. I wanted to tell him, yes, you're telling me to go, I can do it. I had to do it for 2 months, and then I wanted to call it quit. That was the plan initially. So when I started working out, the first 30 days were not consistent or were not really that cool because I would do 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Then I would tell myself it is painful, it is hectic, it is expensive. And then in the second month, when I started feeling slightly better from the first month of workout, I felt like this should be a routine. So I took it on to the second month and I was very active about it. Started working out on a daily. And then I also wanted to prove to people that I was working out. Then I started filming my journey. I would film it, post it on online and tell everyone as I was working out. Long story short, after 5 months of me beginning my self-improvement journey, right now I feel I'm a different person. I feel different physically, mentally, emotionally, like in all aspects. Even my businesses that had started and were going down a little bit have now started improving and becoming better. And there are so many strategies I've employed in this small period of time to make sure that things begin working in my favor. And this is what I want to share with you today. So these are some of the things I did to improve myself and become a better person. And I hope if you do this, you'll also become better. Ever since I implemented some of these strategies and policies, I've seen myself improve in so many things. I've improved emotionally, mentally, physically, psychologically. I feel more better than I was. I've fought some of my demons. I've fought some of my addictions. I've learned how to cook. I've learned how to work out. I've learned to appreciate certain things in life. I've learned to sleep. I've learned to be selfish with myself, because I believe being selfish is also okay. And I've taken in place so many lessons. Some of these lessons are lessons I wish to share with you as well. So these are things I think you should do if you want to improve yourself. One of these things is you need to quit social media or regulate on what you're consuming. When I was on social media, I was on Facebook, and I went on Facebook earlier on when I was working on radio. My following grew to huge numbers. I had over 100 and something followers. I had more than 100,000 followers. People who had liked my page. Some of these people I'd never met, and I didn't know what to use them for. I couldn't even convert them into customers or cash. So when I started my body transformation journey, like I told you initially, I started filming this journey and posting it on social media. And every time I would do this, yes, I would get a few comments that were like, oh, good job, you're doing well. So I would get motivated to begin posting more, not because I was doing it for me, because I was doing it to justify to those that were on social media. So I was doing this to prove to people on the digital platforms that I was doing something for myself, but I wasn't doing it for me. And then apart from that, social media is where some of the greatest addictions are. Every time you're not doing anything, you end up scrolling. And we never know how much time you're spending on scrolling. You scroll and you think it has been 10 minutes. And in actual sense, it's been like 2-3 hours of you scrolling. And let me tell you something. These digital social media platforms were designed to make sure you stay there for long hours. They're designed so that you stay there. And I know when people at Meta or Facebook or Instagram are seated in boardrooms and meetings, all they are discussing is how do we get them to watch more? How do we get them to spend more time here? And in most cases, the things we are watching are not things that are improving us for the better. These are things that are making you feel sad, depressed, because you're seeing other people successful, other people making it, posting their lives, posting how happy they are, and you're not getting these things. And instead of you leaving social media happy, you're always sad and always feel like you're depressed by being on these social media platforms. One of the scenarios that happened to me when I posted a video telling people what my next journey would be, and somebody commented telling me, there was a comment that was a bit very negative actually. I can't remember the actual text, but it was a bit touching, and I felt bad. Actually, for the next 1 week, I didn't work out because this person made me feel so stupid, made me feel like what I was doing was useless. And in the end, I also saw people online who are telling us about working out, that working out was bogus, it was stupid. Somebody did a comedy satire whereby they were saying that people who show off a lot are people who go to the gym, people who pretend that they're taking water, people who are on self-improvement journeys. And imagine you're on a journey and you're watching a video of somebody telling you that what you're doing is bogus or is stupid. So what I did is I had to close my Facebook accounts. I closed all of them. It was one of the hardest decisions, but it was for the best, because also my greatest source of perversion was also coming from there. Have you ever been on social media and you end up texting somebody you're not supposed to text? And then in the morning when you're sober, you're like, why did I do this? So the biggest thing you can do is let go of social media. Okay, you may not really let go because it's hard. I'll tell you, it's really hard. Even on me, it's been hard to let my Facebook account go, but also regulate on the kind of information and what you're consuming on from those platforms. That is number one. Number two, begin exercising. I don't want to say workout, but I want to say begin exercising, because exercise takes so many different forms. There are people who go to the gym, there are people who work out, who exercise from a football pitch, there are people who exercise from home. Some people are exercising doing boxing, some people are exercising doing dancing, some people are exercising doing spinning. There's a lot of things. Some people are exercising by running, physical running, a few hills down the road. But all you need to do is you need to begin exercising. Before I was exercising, I was playing football, and I felt like, yeah, things were okay, because we were playing football for the source of, fun. Okay, and every time I go to the football pitch, I would come back home and I'd feel like I'm so relaxed, I'm so cool. But then I didn't have the physical change I wanted to feel. So when I started the gym, the first 2, 3, 4 weeks were hard on me, and I didn't see a lot of impact. Then in the second month, when I started doing it consistently, I started learning more about my body and learning more about fitness, learning more about physical niceness and how to keep your body in shape. I learned that sleep was a big element in helping you get your body shape. I learned that food plays a very big role in what you're supposed to become when you're working out. I learned that doing the right exercise, the right form, okay, and also doing it in the right way meant a lot of things if I was to get results. So pursuing this journey hasn't just changed my physical outlook, because right now I look different though I'm in a shirt. But personally, I admire me. I like me. I've come to realize that working out gives you other benefits. I no longer pant a lot when I walk. Plus, a little bit of other things change. Your testosterone levels increase, and then performance in bed, yes, improves. I can't say. Previously, I would be in bed and I would be like doing a marathon of like 2 seconds, 2 minutes, and then I would die and black out and collapse. Okay, now I don't collapse a lot like I used to collapse. Yeah? So I think everyone needs to begin physically exercising your body. You need to get that body working, and you'll be amazed by how much our bodies can do, not just for your own physical looks, but also your health, how you're going to turn out to become. You'll see the most amazing results. Begin working out now. If you can't find how to work out, please go online, type in something, workouts from home. There's a lot of information online out there just to help us become better. Get this information and begin working out. Number 3, you need to believe in God. Spirituality. I was born and raised by a Christian man. My mother was a staunch Catholic. May her soul rest in peace. And she used to pray every day. And my mother was one of the most peaceful women I'd ever seen. She was forgiving. She was relaxed. There's a way the world didn't strain her so much. But then over time, I got to understand that my mother believed in a certain supernatural being, and the supernatural being was God. Usually, most of us, when we have a belief in God, we get a certain control over so many things. You get to learn and get regulated on so many things you can't do, especially if you follow the 10 commandments. You may not want to cheat, you may not want to commit murder, you will forgive, you will forget. You'll have a certain place in your life where you feel like you're a little bit more controlled, more... I don't know how to explain this, but religion gives you that feeling. So when you get in the presence of God and pray, some things we cannot do by ourselves, some things we can't fight, some things we can't change, okay? And the only way you can change these things is by praying to God. And when you have this in you, even things that are a bit hard, you feel like there is a supernatural being that is going to guide you onto this journey. So I feel like one of the things you will need as well to improve yourself and become better is making sure you improve your relationship with God. I personally don't go to church a lot, but I listen to the Word of God usually. I listen to podcasts a lot that remind me of the presence of God. And some of the words I listen to empower me spiritually and make me a much more better person. Right now, I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of belief. Even when things are hard, I know things are going to become better one day, one time. And it has helped me improve as an individual, as a person, and the way I see things. Number 4, when you're doing your self-improvement, don't do it for anyone. Do it for you. When I was doing my first improvement stage, I was trying to do things to impress people on social media. I was posting. I wanted to show people that I was getting gains. And every time I wouldn't get a gain, let's say my muscles wouldn't pop up, let's say my cardio wasn't that good, I would feel bad because there are people I wanted to prove to. Till time when I was like, but what am I doing? Why am I struggling? Because self-improvement is for you. It's for yourself, not for anyone else. When I was doing my body transformation campaign in the 90 days that I started with, I was trying to prove to people on social media and also on other platforms where I was posting that I was doing it for them. So every time I would go there and I don't get results, I'd feel the pain. I'm like, these people need to see something, because I wanted to prove to the world that I was doing something. These are people you see who go to the gym and in 2 minutes, after a 2-minute workout, they're posting, recording. You realize you're not doing it for them. You're supposed to be doing it for you. Personally, when I go to the gym, I do not record myself. I've not recorded myself in a long while. I leave my phone somewhere and get my 1 hour and 30 minutes of serious workouts, or 2 hours, and then I'll resort to my phone, because the whole essence is sometimes there's even nothing we are checking. There's nothing there. If you prepped well and got your gym workout plan properly, you don't need to have your phone in those 2 hours if you're not really a busy person, a busy businessman. So I think it should be about you. It should be you to question you. It should be you to tell yourself how far have you gone. It should be you to tell yourself how far have you reached. I feel like don't try to prove the world that you're changing yourself. Prove to you. Number 5, in the personal improvement stage, one of the other things I'll tell you is please learn to be selfish. Learn being selfish, even if it means cutting out friends, even if it means cutting out family, even if it means cutting out people who you feel like are not going to level up with you. Let them go. Sometimes we carry on a certain baggage with people and family and friends who we think we can uplift with us, but not everyone is going to move at the same level with you. Not everyone has the same goals with you. Not everyone has the same focus with you. Not everyone is going through what you're going through. Even your friends. Unless somebody is willing to keep up at your pace, then you should do that. Personally, I have an extended family, and because you're trying to make them better, you would get your capital from the business and try to draw it out and give it to them because you think you're going to improve them. This is reducing your capital. Okay, you're drawing money from the business because you're trying to protect and serve people. And every time you keep protecting and giving them, the problems never stop because they're not taking the necessary steps to improve their finances. The same with friends. Some friends just speak negative of whatever we are trying to do. You tell them, they're like, the problem with you want to act like blah, blah, all those things. And these things affect us psychologically and emotionally. And then there are other friends who are literally parasites. People who want to feed on you in everything. In terms of finances, they will call you, they have a problem. Every day you have to fix a problem for them. There are people who have problems, emotional baggage, like it's too much. They're never out of trouble and you have to fix this trouble. You're not Jesus. You can't fix everyone. I feel like everyone needs to be a little bit selfish. Fix yourself first, because the better you can be able to fix others better. There are also people who have a certain baggage that you may not understand. I'll give you a scenario in my country where I live. You go out to a restaurant and somebody thinks you'll pop up and just pay their bill. Okay? You go to a bar and somebody thinks you'll just pop and you drop them home. Like, you're not part of the plan. It's never part of the plan. Our people think when somebody pops up into a bar, you're supposed to get them and change all your journeys and fix it and then drop them, go home late. The question is, when will I sleep? Look at the depreciation of your vehicle. The costs involved, yes, they're invisible costs, but they exist. And then me, I'll tell you a story. I have friends who used to tell me, Arthur, please, can we go together to the gym? And I was like, it's fine. Whatever I'm getting, I would want you to get. So you want to take them along to the gym. Unfortunately, you go to the gym and this person, after 3-2 workouts, they're tired. They're telling you how tired they are. They're on their phone and you have to keep moving from your set to their set to help them keep up. And even as you're trying to give them your all, they're not paying attention to what they're supposed to do. It hurts inside when you're trying to serve and guide somebody on something and they're not doing it. It's annoying. And then on top of that, probably sometimes they would show up without cash. Sometimes they want to change your program of like, when you're done, you need to move with them to another place. In my head, I'm like, why do I need you? I need me. I need to maintain my positivity, my energy, to keep doing this. So I'll tell you honestly, if it means being selfish to protect you, go ahead. If it means being selfish to make you better, go ahead. If it means being selfish to take you to the next level, go ahead. And that's what life is all about. These are some of the few lessons I've learned, and I believe if you probably do this, you will become a better person, you'll improve yourself. I am still struggling with my demons. I'm still struggling with a lot of things, but I feel different and much more better. I love myself more. I treasure myself more. I treasure certain relationships more. I treasure my closest family more. But all in all, I believe the self-improvement journey is a non-stop journey, and it's going to continue, and it must continue every day. Self-improvement is changing yourself every day, every minute, every second, changing one small bit of a thing at a time. One small bit. Be it learning to sleep early, learning to pray, learning to work out, learning to lay your bed, learning to shower, learning to respect yourself, learning to speak properly. Self-improvement is a whole process that takes a lot of years. It's not a short-term process. I'm walking my journey. I would wish you to walk yours. Remember to subscribe and follow me on this channel. I'll be sharing more insights, more stories, and more progresses on how we can improve ourselves and become better people.